Hey guys. We both waved. Okay, anyway.
It's a spooky story.
It's not.
Ooh.
So today we're gonna be talking about paranormal experiences because there's a lot of them. And let's just start off by saying that if you don't like paranormal things or you don't believe in them, don't watch the video because
Stop right here.
You're not gonna like it. Don't dislike the video because you don't believe us. That's annoying.
Just leave the video. Don't hate watch.
Don't hate watch.
That's so nasty.
Everything we're saying is 100% true. Some of them probably have some sort of explanation. Maybe not many of them do. So I'm gonna start with the background of like my family because there's a chance that it ties in with the stuff that's been happening. So my dad had a twin brother and he drowned in this like rock quarry whenever he was like a toddler. And then like 20 years later, my other uncle ended up drowning and dying like the same exact place. My older sister had a dream about like this house, and she said it was a yellow house and there's this old like dead tree and there was this rock quarry and she didn't know what it was about. She was just standing there alone, and she told my dad about it and he was like, that's the exact same house where like my brothers died, and she had never heard about it. The reason why that ties in is because there's like a very large lake right by my house and a lot of people have drowned there. So my mom's friend was telling me that that could be like a reason why these things are happening, because there's like this connection there. So the first story happened 2 winter breaks ago. It was winter break of 2014. And me, Grace, and my other friend were laying in bed, and it was like probably like midnight, and we were just like laying, like hanging out. We see like the door open a little bit, and we're like, that's weird, but I have a little brother and a little sister, and they were like 1 and 2 at this time. They were very little this time, and like it was weird that they would be up, but there was a chance they could be up, so we just kind of ignored it. And then like a few minutes later, my door like shut like fully. And
the thing about her door is that like you have to like put your like entire body weight on the door to get it to completely shut,
because I have like the over coat hanger thing on it, so you have to like push it and then like push it harder for it to shut all the way.
But it was shut like completely.
Like, and I was like, okay, that's really weird. Like we were like at that point like, okay, this is really weird, like why wouldn't someone just like come in? But like we just kind of assumed, like, because like my window is parallel to my parents' window like across the hallway, so I was like, okay, maybe like their window's open, there's like a draft or something, but I knew mine wasn't open. But I was like, everything's fine, it's fine. And then the door swings open and like slams into the wall, and we can see that no one's out there. And this carries on for like 30 minutes, like moving a little bit, slamming shut, swinging open, like slamming my wall. And this carries on for seriously like 30 minutes, and then eventually just stops for like 30 more minutes.
Mind you, this is the first thing that's ever like remotely happened to me. I was always like scared of ghosts, but I never like actually thought that they were like real. Like I always thought it was just kind of like a boogeyman kind of thing, like something that like everyone's scared of. But like I was never like, oh, like it's actually gonna happen. So like I was literally trying to like search in my mind for every explanation that this could be happening.
And there wasn't one. And that's when we get up and go to my computer, which is like, if the like it's like a few feet, like a foot off, it's like very close to the door, whatever. And we were watching like scary, for some reason we were watching like scary video game walkthroughs, and then we're sitting right by, like we're sitting on the computer chair, and then the door once again swings open. I like get up and slam the door and lock it because I was like so violently angry. But then like nothing happened for an hour, and I get up and all of my family are like in the front room, like on the other side of the house. Like at this point it was like 2 a.m. Everyone was asleep on the air mattress. I woke my mom up. I was like, hey, have the babies been like running around? Because my little brother, when he was little, he would like get up and like walk around the house, like in, like not like in a creepy way, but he would just like get up and like play because he wasn't tired. And so my mom was like, no, they've been asleep for like hours. And I was like, okay, that's great.
Yeah, it's fine. Like we literally like went to every single room and checked to see if the windows were open. Like the air wasn't on or anything, obviously, because it was winter.
But like my house is very, very old, like probably over 100 years old, and I've tried to research and like I can't find anything on it. And like as far as I know, it was just like empty land before my house was built, but I can't find anything on it. My neighborhood's, it's not creepy, it's filled with a bunch of old people who are a little bit scary. The only thing that's happened to me before was my grandmother's old house. Whenever she was living there, we were playing hide and seek with like this ribbon, so we would hide it, and she hid it like above the door frame and it disappeared. We never found it. We still haven't found it. she moved out of the house, just never found it. And it's just like a phenomenon, like disappearing object phenomenon, and we just never found it. Still don't know where it is. And then also, she had one of those, like, in her, if you're walking to the bathroom, like, the washer and dryer were stacked on top of each other, the dryer was on top, and the dryer, like, wasn't running or anything, and the door was closed, and I was walking to the bathroom, and, like, with a lot of force, the dryer door swings open, and, like, comes, like, this close to my face, but doesn't hit me. So that's, like, the only thing that's ever happened to me. Okay, the next thing is that I was, like, laying in bed alone, I was taking Snapchat videos or whatever, and then it was, like, really short, and, like, I was listening to it over and over and over again. And, like, as soon as I heard it, I could hear, like, a man's voice whispering the word Thomas, and I just listened to it over, like, I probably listened to it, like, 100 times, and then I just deleted the video. I didn't want to save it. I didn't want to have, like, any evidence of it at all, because, like, that was just genuinely terrifying, because I was alone. Whatever. The next thing that happened is that, so, like, my mom usually, like, lays down with the babies, and then she'll, like, come hang out with me and we'll, like, watch a TV show, and it was probably, like, maybe like 1 a.m. And at this point I also wasn't in school, I was doing homeschool, so like my sleep schedule was just completely knocked or whatever. And so I like went in there, I was like, hey, you want to come hang out in a minute? She's like, yeah, I'll be in there in a second. And so I went and laid down, and then probably like 20 minutes later I like looked, and like, because I saw the door open, I saw like a shadow in the door, and then I like saw like it like walk over and lay down. I could feel someone lay down on my bed. And then I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning. I was like, hey, what time did you come in? And my mom was like, I never came in. And I was like, okay, sure. And then she was like, no, I never came in. And I was like,
gotta go.
Like, I pick up on feelings very well. And I've never felt really, like, scared or, like, I'm, like, in trouble or danger. Like, for example, at my aunt's house, so she has a guest room, and, like, her house is, like, brand new. And, like, it's it's like new land, nothing else is creepy, but this one room, as soon as I walk into it, it's like the elevation changes. As soon as I walk in there, it's like the elevation like changes. Like I feel like you know when you're in an elevator, you can feel like the elevation changing. That's exactly what it feels like, and like my ears get clogged, and like I can't hear, and it's just the worst feeling ever, and it's just so scary.
So I'm gonna talk about some of mine that have happened, and Trinity's not done like talking about hers, but like we just kind of just like want to like mix some in. All of these things that have happened to me have been like super recent, which is one of the reasons why I'm so scared, because everything has kind of happened at once. Like over like all of this has been within the past like 5 months, which is like, and like they're becoming like more frequent, which is like really freaking me out.
And like you said, like she feels like not safe.
Yeah, I don't feel safe in my room anymore. I don't know, like I genuinely like feel like unsafe when I'm upstairs. I have my grandparents living with me now, and they can't hear anything. They're like in their like 70s, 80s, and like they can't hear like anything. And then my parents sleep in our basement, and I'm on the top floor, and my brother works a lot, and he'll work until like midnight, so I'll be home alone like most of the time. I know nothing like physical can like get up to my room. Like that's something that my mom always says to me. She'll be like, you're on the third floor, like no one can get to you. I'm like, that's not what I'm afraid of. My house wasn't even finished like when we moved here. Like we had to live in an apartment for like a month or two because my house was still being built. Like it's a completely new house, but like I guess it has something to do with the land. One night I was I'm pretty sure I was home alone. Like everyone was gone. So like I like recorded a video and like sent it to Trinity, probably like on Snapchat. And then like right after it, so my bed used to be like, it's kind of like this, like my bed is like right by my wall. It sounds like someone like took their open palm and like slammed against my like wall, like right by my head. My house like settles a lot. I can tell like when it's just like the pipes, but like it sounded like someone literally like slammed into the wall. And like
I don't like that. That still like gets me.
Yeah, so that happened, and then like nothing happened for like 3 weeks after that. But one time I was like sitting up in my bed, and my brother was home, but my brother and I don't like talk a bunch or anything, so he was just like, I don't know where he was. I think he was just like in his room. It was like probably like 1 a.m, and I was just like sitting up, probably like on my laptop or something, and I hear like someone like whispering in my ear, and like I can't tell what they're saying, but like it's like very close to me. Like it's not someone in the hallway, and it's not like a video like playing in my brother's room. Like it's very close to me, and I can't tell what they're saying, but it's like distinct. Like it's like very distinctive. Back to Trinity's experiences.
It was like 11:30, and my little cousin and my little sister, like my little cousin was staying over at my house, and they were out in the living room, and I was in the bathroom, which is like right down the hall, but they were asleep because they're little, and they were asleep. I was like in the bathroom, like braiding my hair, like getting ready to go to sleep, and I hear like a little child voice go like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I didn't look, I was just like braiding my hair because I assumed it was like my little cousin or my little sister or whatever. And then like I look over and no one's there, and like I didn't hear footsteps, and like I have a carpet, like you can hear footsteps. That was probably one of like it scared me the most because I like physically answered to it because that's how real it sounded. It didn't sound distorted, it didn't sound like, it just sounded like someone was talking to me, and I was like, oh, I'm just braiding my hair. And then like I immediately go outside, and like both of the, like everyone's fast asleep. I woke up my mom, and I was like, hey, did one of them just get up? And she was like, no, they've been asleep, whatever. And I was like, okay, that's okay. The next thing, this happened with Grace, and and my mom, we were in the car, like we were staying at my grandmother's house, and my mom picked us up after she got off of work, and she was driving us
11:30.
Yeah, she was driving us back home, and we were like coming like around like the bend, and mind you, there are deer like around my house because I live kind of in like wooded area, so like I know what a deer looks like, and it wasn't that. And we were driving, and all of a sudden I like see something like a dark shadow figure. I thought we were gonna hit a person. They weren't walking, they were just standing in the street, and I was like, oh my god, because I thought we were gonna hit somebody, and like my mom like stopped the car. Did you see it? Did you see anything?
That's what I'm saying.
They were
like,
both...
No, it just so happened to happen because like I remember seeing your mom look that way to like see if anyone was coming, and so like I looked the same way, and so like I looked the same way.
I was just like genuinely shocked that we didn't just hit someone and like kill them. I was like, I literally said I just saw a ghost because it was like the clear, like I was so genuinely afraid, and like I had no doubt in my mind that there was something in the road. It wasn't just like I don't know, a shadow from a tree. Like it was a very isolated figure in the road. That was like the basically the last like significant event that's happened, and other things are just like, oh, this is like a new thing that's been happening. So like I'm walking in the hall, like my hallway is like very, because my house is like one story and it's like very long, you know. And so like at night I'm like going to get a drink and going to the bathroom, and like my mom snores. I know what snoring sounds like. It's usually just like and like I hear it, and like I like turn around, and I have a cat. It's not my cat making noises because it's like at like ear level with me. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. Like I hear like a very loud like it's like urgent, like someone's like breathing, like they're like stressed out or something. It's like so jarring. It sounds like it's coming from like literally all directions, and it's so loud. Like it happened once, and my cat was standing there, and he like stopped and like freaked out. So like I know it's not just me hearing things. And like this has happened like 3 times now. I've done the thing like where like I like write a letter. I'm like, if you're trying to tell me something, like move the rock to the other side, and nothing happened. Yeah, because nothing happened. My mom's friend, she lives in Hawaii, and there's like a lot of like spiritual connection. She's experienced stuff, and she was like, yeah, it might be someone like trying to like get you to do something for them or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I should like write something. And I'm not very scared. It's never felt like dangerous or angry. It's always felt like something's trying to like tell me something. That sounds like so meta. So I did that, and then I realized like this person like might not know how to write, because like I said, my house is like over 100 years old. A lot of people didn't know how to write back then or whatever.
It's just like whenever I'm at her house, like almost every single night, it doesn't matter where I am, I wake up and I'll be up for like 5 minutes to like 2 hours. Like I'll just be awake and I can't go back to sleep. Like it'll happen like every single night, and like it'll never be anything like serious, but like I'll always hear like doors like opening and shutting, and it won't be like a door will open and I'll hear it, and then a few minutes later it'll shut. It's like repeated like opening and closing, and it's not her cat because her cat can't close doors.
I have carpet floors. There's no wood under them, and my house is like solid brick because it's super old, so my house doesn't settle at all. And I do have an attic. I know there's squirrels up there. I have a huge attic. It stretches the length of my house.
I never knew you had an attic.
I have a huge attic.
That's hilarious.
And like I'll be like getting ice cream. I always like forget utensils. I have like a little like island, so like I'll turn and like put my bowl down, and I'm like getting ready to leave. I'm like, oh crap, I forgot.
Hello?
Oh, I forgot a spoon, and I turn around and there's one out on the counter already. So I'm like, hey, thanks, ghost. Obviously, there's probably multiple ghosts because like the Thomas thing and like the laying in the bed thing was an adult. I can only assume. Like if you're the type of person who's like susceptible to like different like energies, you can just kind of tell. You're like, oh, like that's a dude, and you're like, oh, this person's like very nice or whatever. You're like, no, this is not a fun ghost. And also, like, I'll walk into my room and, like, my straw in my cup will be, like, turning, like, 360. Like, not like it, like, falls. Like, it's, like, turning around in my drink. Like, someone's, like, turning it. Yeah, this was, like, a few weeks ago. But, I was sitting in my room and I could hear my cat, like, scratching. And I was ignoring him. And then, like, I see, like, the doorknob, like, turn. And then the door opens and my cat comes in. And then the door closes. And, like, I could see, like, from where I was sitting that no one was out there. And it was, like, really late. And I could have heard someone, like, once again, like, moving on the carpet. I was like, thanks, ghost.
So I grew up in a very religious family. My parents are, like, very conservative Christians. Whenever I was growing up, they were very against me watching, like, horror movies and stuff. Just being involved in anything like that. And I used to be so terrified of sleeping in my room, like, alone. Like, I would have my parents lay down with me in bed until I fell asleep, probably until 6th grade, because I was so terrified. I've just never felt, like, completely safe in my room. In the Bible, like, one of the things that sticks out to me the most is that if you present yourself and, like, involve yourself in things like this, you are making yourself, like, open to it happening. Like, you're, like, basically welcoming these things into your life. That's always been, like, something that's, like, been in the back of my mind. Like, I'm not saying that, like, I, like, regret doing anything that I do, because I love watching horror movies.
Yeah, we don't do, like, Ouija boards. We don't do, like, seances. We don't, like, visit graveyards, even though we are planning when we turn 18 to do this, like, really big, like, U.S. tour. Not like a tour, but, like, go to, like, all these haunted places.
Yeah.
I hope we live to tell the tale, but yeah.
Yeah, like, we don't, like, do anything, like, stupid. We just really enjoy, like, listening to scary stories and, like, watching horror movies. And it's something that's genuinely interesting to me, but, like, in the back of my mind, there's always, it's just how I grew up. And so I think that's, like, why this is all happening to me, especially since, like, me and Trinity have been, like, real into, like, the paranormal stuff, like, recently. And like I said, nothing has ever happened to me until I started involving myself in this stuff.
So like I said, most of this stuff occurred whenever I was out of school, so I was spending a lot of time, like, alone. And my mom said, like, whenever she was younger, like you have more time to, like, focus on these things. So like you know, like the Ouija board thing, like the, like, muscle movement, and, like, people say, like, that's what causes it. It's not like I'm, like, seeing things because I want to see them. It's just like I'm more aware of my surroundings, and I'm a lot more, like, aware of my thoughts. Like, I'm just a very, like, now it's kind of like a constant state. Like, I'm very, very hyper aware, and, like, I can just kind of tell, like if I'm, like, I don't know, like, if I'm at someone's house, I'm like, hey, like, do you, like, have experiences with a ghost? And they're like, yeah, like, I know that.
Like, since I grew up that way, like, thinking, like, if I watch, like, a horror movie, then I'm gonna get possessed, basically. I've always been, like, super, it's not like I'm, like, super, like, paranoid or anything, so I'm, like, looking out constantly. It's that I'm, like, very aware that things could be happening to me. And, like, I'm not, like, ignorant to it, like, oh, that's probably just, like, the wind or whatever. Like, I'm not stupid. And, like, I understand that I could just be being paranoid, but, like, I think you really know when you feel like you're in danger.
Yeah. Some people just genuinely, like, never pick up on that stuff, and I think it's just like I don't think I'm, like, psychic or anything. I just, like, genuinely, like, pick up on energies very, very, very quickly, and, like, I know when a situation is, like, not a good one to be in, and, like, some people just don't pick up on it, and, like, it's not, like, any sort of, like, special thing. It's just, like, I don't know, like, I spend a lot of time by myself and, like, sitting and not just, like, waiting for something to happen. Like, I spend a lot of time, like, focusing on, like, my surroundings.
So to continue with the experiences, something that's happened to me has been, like, super big. It's just that everything is happening kind of, like, all at once that I'm feeling more threatened by it. I think it was, like, 2 nights ago. I was just walking into my room. Okay, this is funny. My hair was in a ponytail, and, like, I don't know if you've ever seen anyone with a pixie cut put their hair in a ponytail, but it's hilarious. And so I was talking about how I looked like a dirty white boy. So I was recording myself, And like I was about to record myself. Like a lot of the stuff that happens is always like when I'm about to record something, which is kind of sketchy. But anyway, I had my door open and I was standing in my doorway like about to record the video. And my brother wasn't home, so his door was open, but it was dark and it was night. So like it was dark in his room. Like I'm about to record and I have it like on like the front camera so I can see everything that's behind me, and like I see like a black, like I swear to God I see like a figure behind me.
You did not tell me this.
I just told you this. I was just kind of like, I'm gonna ignore this, and I was like, let me just, because again, like I think that I see this stuff like in out of the corner of my eye like all the time. I saw it in my camera, like it wasn't out of the corner of my eye, it was like right behind me, like okay, anyway. So I closed the door and I was like, okay, it's fine. I was upstairs alone. And just after I finished recording the video, so I'm just gonna show you a little. So my doorway is here and my bed is like basically on the other side of the room. So it's not like I could have like kicked it or anything. Like there's literally no way it could have been me. I was like looking around my room, like trying to like figure out what I wanted to like wear the next day or something. Like I just remember like glancing around my room. Just as I look over, like I see, this sounds so stupid, but it was honestly so terrifying. She was laying on flat ground, right? And it goes like this.
It was like this.
I was like
flat.
It was like flat on the ground, and so I was like, okay, what the fuck? And then it does it again, like flips back over. And I was like, okay, I have to leave, like right now. Literally no way.
And it wouldn't have been, like it would, if it was like on its side and like tipped over.
Yeah.
Like no, it was like on
and
flat.
And it wasn't like
flipped
on an
over,
incline or anything.
Paused, and then it flipped over again.
Exactly.
That's not okay.
So terrifying to me, especially it was right after I saw something behind me. And so I text Trinity right away. I'm literally just standing in my doorway. I'm like frozen.
Like you said, I just saw something move in my room. So like I thought you were like laying on your bed and you saw like, I don't know, like a cardigan fall out the back of your chair. So I was like trying to calm me down, and as soon as I was like, okay, I said, what was it and how did it move? I hear 3 knocks on, not my door, no, the wall that has my desk on it, and that wall on the other side is my, I don't want to say this, it's kind of making me, I'm tearing up, is my little sibling's closet. And I've like always felt very uncomfortable in my siblings' rooms, and like I've said, I've always thought that it was because they didn't stay in there. Like for a period of time I wasn't in my room. As soon as I came back, like my room felt that exact same way, and I just for some reason was very drawn to like stay in my siblings' room. So I don't like that. Like I don't like feeling like there's something that's just like staying in our extra room, like not paying rent or anything. Like they're just literally like staying in our room. But yeah, I heard like 3 knocks, and then I hear what exactly sounds like someone turning on like a faucet, like on a sink, and like squeaked. And like I don't have any metal like that. Like my faucet's like the big like plastic round ones that you turn on. My doorknobs like don't make that sound, and it sounded like it was coming from like the side of my room that's just a corner and a mirror in my closet, and like I said, like there's like no metal like that. And I was like, hey, we're both in the creepy boat, does that make you feel better? And you were like, not at all.
I was literally just standing in my doorway for like 10 minutes. And so I just went downstairs to my parents' room and hung out with them for a little bit, and I was like, hey Dad, are you coming upstairs to like work on anything? And he was like, yeah, I'll be up there for like 10 minutes. Why? And I was like, I don't know, I just don't like being up there. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, I don't know, I just feel like really disconnected from everyone, and I don't like it. I don't like being alone up there. And it's not like I can tell him like there's a ghost in my room. He like comes into my room and he's like, why are you so scared? And I'm like, I really don't know why. I just don't like being up here alone anymore. Like I just like have this really weird feeling like all the time. Just so terrified to be in my room. Even in the morning, like when I walk out to like go to the bathroom, which is literally across the hall from my room, I'm terrified to walk across the hall without the lights on, because I feel like I can see something like down the hall in my dad's workroom. It's such like an awful feeling to like feel like you're not safe in your own house. Not like I feel like there's like something in there like with me, it's that I literally feel like I'm being threatened in my own house.
It's weird how like different it is for me, because like for me it's like the opposite. Like sometimes like I walk in my room and like I'm sitting in my bed and I'm like, oh, like I'm not alone in here, but I'm never scared.
I'm not scared in your house. Like I was at first because I was just being a baby about it, but like even now, like if you're like you told me sometimes like I think there's something in here, I'll be like, oh okay, like it's not that serious. I feel like something's watching me, because nothing's ever happened where it's like come close to me except for the whispering thing. but like it's always just like at like a distance from me, which makes me feel so disgusted. Like, and like it's always at night, so I feel like somebody's just like watching me sleep.
So I was having like a get together at my house, and like I was sitting on the ground in the living room, and I was like telling these stories, and then like the lamp turns off, and it's not just like the light bulb. Like I'm like looking at it, and I can hear like the little like clink of like the little turny thing, and I'm like, y'all. So like once again, like everything we've said is 100% true. Like I don't have any reason to lie about this. Like this stuff has been going on.
I would love
like,
if this wasn't happening to me.
Honestly, like this stuff has been happening for like over 2 years, 3 years almost. None of this is even like exaggerated. Like this stuff is all exactly how it happened because I remember very vividly. You don't have to believe it. So yeah, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up.
I'm sure we'll be doing more of these videos, like just not even like talking about our experiences, but like talking about like how we feel about like certain like
things.
Paranormal things.
I want to do a review in the future of horror movies.
So hope this didn't scare you.
Hope you're fine.
Hope you're fine. Hope this doesn't give you any demons.
Hope this doesn't give you any demons. Be sure to subscribe.
The power of Christ compels you.
The power of Christ compels you. Bye.
Bye.